Hi, I'm Cynthia Wilson, and I'm the author of Pace Learns a Lesson, and There's an Elephant in the Room, and I'm on the JRLive live show.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, JRLive, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to Positive Power 21.org. I am the voice of JRLive, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power. And today's sponsors are Right for Power. Uncover, heal, and confidently step into your victorious life. 5-week telecourse with Lane Cobb, holistic coach, empowerment speaker, and author. Starts August 18th, so contact her now. Do you know you have a story but don't know how to get it out? Are you a woman who wants more out of life, longing to express her authentic voice, or wanting to make your mark in the world? Are the stories about your past stopping you from living a life you really, really want? If you can answer yes to any of the above, join Lane Cobb on 6-week transformational journey, Right for Power, and reclaim your victorious life. Now is the time to gain victory over your past. Create a deeper awareness of who you are, what you want, and how to get it. Discover your unique purpose and ignite your inner passion. Turn trials into triumph and pain into power. Deepen your divine connection to access enlightenment and grace. Again, contact Lane Cobb at www.lanecobb.com. Her number is 443-756-8391. Again, it's 443-756-8391 to reserve your spot today. All right. And also, REI Heritage Tours in Cambridge, Maryland, home of Harriet Tubman and Underground Railroad. Call them at 1-800-522-TOUR to book your scenic driving tour with more than 30 sites related to Harriet Tubman and the Freedom Seekers. Call 1-800-522-TOUR. Have you ever received good advice that you were unable to follow? Have your doctor ever recommended a lifestyle change that you found to be unsustainable? Have you ever wanted something in your life but found you couldn't achieve it alone? Contact PurpleRoseHolisticHealth.com. They will personalize a program that will radically improve your health and happiness. And Valerie is really big on juicing. So if you have no idea how to juice, contact her for a free initial consultation. And also, she has a book being released at the beginning of August. All right, so check it out. And she talks about all those holistic things that she does. Also, we want to thank all our guests that we had previously this week, and especially we want to say thank you to Margot Walid. She gave an excellent presentation last night. Check out that interview. It was a really, really good one, and we wish her a speedy recovery also. Okay, and also we want to thank our author and motivational speaker, Bunny DeBarge. She will be releasing 2 books during the fall of 2014. The kept one, so look for that. That time is coming soon. Volume 1 and Volume 2. She will be back on the show. This is a definitive story of the DeBarge. Remember that super group, the DeBarge? Well, she captured it in 2 volumes. Volume 1, The Life Before Motown. Volume 2, Life with Motown. And she talks about their spectacular rise to the top of the R&B music royalties, their fall from grace to their re-emerging careers, because she is back. All right. Okay, we have a special guest tonight. Of course, all my guests are special. And we have Cynthia Wilson. She's the author of Pace Learns a Lesson. It's in paperback. She released the book, I believe, at the end of last year, December 2013, and she's here on JRLive to talk about it. And before we have her come on, let's read her bio about the author. Since childhood, Cynthia Wilson has always been in touch with her creative side. She sold doll clothes for friends and made cardboard shoes and wore them, hoping to become famous someday. She has been an avid reader since she was young and discovered her writing talent at an early age. Cynthia realized the importance of reading and wanted to inspire children to reach their potential and become avid readers as well. Cynthia attended Dawson Technical Institute and pursued a career in nursing, becoming a licensed practical nurse. She later furthered her nursing career by attending Purdue University in Hammond, Indiana. Cynthia is currently working as a registered nurse in the Chicago area. She continues to explore her writing talents and says there's more to come. And she had 5 stars on all her customer reviews, and we're going to get into all of that. But first, we want to say welcome to JRLive, Cynthia. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and I'm glad to have you. One of our favorite people on the internet, has graciously had opened up her client book and have you guys come on our show and share your experiences, your life with our listening audience. And I know they're getting a kick out of you guys because we've been seeing a spike. So they must be sharing these interviews, which is a good thing. So, Cynthia, before we get into your book, I know it wasn't really much about you in your bio. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about yourself and what inspired you to, what else got you into writing? We know you was an avid reader, but I know it had to be some writers, some authors out there that probably inspired you. So to write children's books, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and share yourself.
My mom just had books around, and I would just pick them up and just read. It just took me away, and that's where I just started reading, and it didn't matter what kind of book she had. I was just always reading, and I started writing, but I never thought that I would be a published author. I just would go home, type some stuff up, and I got in touch with a high school friend of mine that encouraged me and motivated me to go ahead and get published, and I did.
Wow. Good. So you actually got published by like an indie publisher, one of the big boys?
No, actually, I think she's kind of new. It's Heart Thoughts Publishing by Vanessa Collins. She has a new publishing company, and she was very fast and efficient, and she's really getting me out there. She was great at everything.
Wow, good. Yeah, we got to reach out to her then. Share the wealth. Maybe we can find, meet some of her other authors that she has in her publishing house. Very good. Yeah, we're always looking for fresh new people, so that's great. So how long you been published? I think Amazon said you've been out since December 2013.
Yeah, last year. It took me like 2-3 months to publish my book. With the assistance of Heart Thoughts Publishing, and my book was finished in December 2013. I also have a second book, There's an Elephant in the Room, and that came out this year, February. So I'm new at this.
Right. Okay. So, what inspired you to write children's books?
I've always had that imagination. I would just think of like the shoes, the cardboard shoes and everything. I've always wanted to just do something silly and crazy and imaginative, and I've just always had that imaginative thing going on.
Yeah.
And I just decided that it's something I wanted to do. That's really what my second book is. There's an Elephant in the Room. It's very fun and just full of fun.
The kids will like it.
They would love it. Yeah.
All right. So are you an artist also? I know you work with your hands. You sewing doll clothes for friends.
No, it's just something I always wanted to do with the doll clothes, and that's just my creative side. But no, I'm not an artist. I used to draw really well, but now,
Yeah, that happened to me also. You don't use it, you lose it. That's what they say.
Right.
You're right about that one. All right, so you're creating, and I remember doing the same thing. I have a brother and a sister, and I remember us, when it was snowing outside or weather really bad, or my mother punished us. We would stay in our rooms, and my dad was in printing and publishing, so he always kept plenty of rooms of paper around. So we would, make football players or dolls for my sister, make like a little village. We got pretty creative making clothes, so I know what that's like. Now, did you have anybody to play with when you were doing all these things?
I had 3 brothers. I was the only girl, so I had 3 brothers, and I was pretty much brought up on the south side of Chicago, and on our porch it was a lot of people. So I played with the people on my porch, but I was making shoes for them, passing out notes to be in my little special group and in my classroom. I always knew that I would be a teacher or a nurse. But I wrote,
you made them play
so.
school. So you made them play school during the summer?
They played school. Yes, they did. They had tests and everything.
That was my sister. I thought she was going to be a school teacher, but she didn't go that direction. Yeah, my mom ended up becoming a school teacher because she didn't even have a career when we were doing all those things. And she went to college, became a school teacher, and started a business from that. But it's funny looking at your. With your interest in it, I guess you could have went in any direction. You could have been a clothes designer for dolls, because, I never met those people before. You just hear about the big designers, but who's making these clothes for these Barbie dolls and creating them? And then the cardboard shoes, you could have gone into, the fashion industry of some way. Yeah.
I did hair. I was doing everything.
You could have been anything. All right. So you decided to be a nurse. So obviously you must have been playing doctors with the boys in the neighborhood. Is that what happened?
No, I didn't play. No, I didn't play doctor.
You didn't play doctor.
No.
I'm just messing with you. But I remember playing doctor with the bad girls in the neighborhood when they played doctor. Yeah, check them out. So how's that going? Now I know you're writing children books, but any desire to write under any other genre, since you see the action going on in the hospitals?
I think about it, but my thing is more geared towards the children. And so if I do anything medical, which I am coming out with something medically, but it's going to be for children.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. So it's gonna be like a like a visit to the doctor or something like that?
No, it's really showing kids. I want to show kids the signs and symptoms of different things that may happen, like strokes, heart attacks, and stuff like that. They need to know the signs and symptoms so that they can react fast enough. By calling 911, because a lot of things like stroke, you can kind of reverse it if you act fast enough and get help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. So it's kind of like an emergency guide for kids.
Right.
Yeah, that's an excellent. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, so look out for me. It's coming.
Yeah, that is an excellent idea. Yeah, because I've been publishing for a long time, and I don't remember anybody doing anything for the kids. The teachers try to, how they try to have the little fire drills or talk about emergencies in a home, and they send some stuff home and say, hey, tell your parents to have a fire drill. How many people actually doing it? I've taken the time to show my kids how to use the fire extinguisher, but, I always tell them, I said, you only have one way to get off the first floor. So if you can't make it, I said, you got to come to my room and take the bushes, But I always keep saying I'm going to buy a ladder, but I get to Home Depot and I'm like, what am I supposed to be buying?
You forgot.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about something for the lawn. But that's a good idea, though. That's, and that'll bring in that would probably alert the parents on how safe is your house. Is it really safe?
Exactly.
Not just about the fire. Yeah, because they talk about the fire alarms and everything, but do they talk about if it's a small fire, how to put it out? Because you're going to try to put it out. You're not just going to leave us. Yeah. So that's a good
mine
move.
would be basically geared towards how to assist somebody if they're having a medical issue. But I have to make it in kids' terms, where kids can understand that you can't get too deep and want to, and probably scare the kids away.
Yeah, that's true. They do need to. You hear about it all the time where, some kids saved their grandparents' life or somebody. They made a call. They didn't panic. They knew what to do. So when they ran out the house asking for help. Good idea. All right. So you've been in the nursing industry for a while now. That's a good idea. So you're making a connection with the publishing world. Now you said you thought about doing something else. So what's some other ideas you've had that you think you'd like to put out there? Well, you don't want to share all of it because you want to steal your ideas.
Yeah, I don't want to share all of it because I have so many ideas. It's just about putting it all on paper and getting it out there. Because you don't want to write a book too fast, and you have one that gets wrote, and so it's going to take a little time. But I'm on my third book.
Good. So the relationship with the publisher's been good?
Oh yeah, she's great. Very effective.
So how did that relationship happen?
A friend of mine. I went to high school with him. Lawrence Perkins. They probably heard of him. He Transcending Greatness. I went to high school with him, and we were talking. I'm like, I write books all the time. I just write. He was like, did you publish any? Oh, no, I never thought of that. And he encouraged me to publish, and he gave me his publisher's information, and I followed up. Publisher.
Okay.
Yeah, and I followed up, and he has like 7-8 books out. I followed up, and she was on it, and she helped me so much. Vanessa Collins in Heartfelt Publishing.
You said it's called Heartfelt Publishing?
Heart thoughts.
Okay, great. All right, good for her. So how long has she been around? She been around for many years?
She's pretty new. I don't think she's even been around. I think maybe 1-2 years. She's pretty new. She has quite a few books out. She's published quite a few books.
Now, she didn't put out all his books, but so he was out pretty much before she came along then, huh?
Yeah, she was.
Good. All right. Now I'm going to tell you, it was quite a bit of talk on Chicago, yesterday. It seemed like it's Chicago, I guess the South Side is starting to be known for its violent nature. So they're talking about bringing in a National Guard or something like that?
I don't know if there's talk about bringing in the National Guard. I've heard people say it, but I don't really think that, it's been, it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I've heard people just say it. I don't know if it's definite or not, but it's a lot of crime on crime here.
Wow. So are you still living on the south side of Chicago?
Actually, I live in Crestwood, Illinois. I'm like 5 minutes away from Chicago. I'm not in the city. I'm like the south suburb. Yeah, but I did. I was raised on the south side of Chicago in the Robert Taylor homes. So I know I've been around a lot.
The Robert Taylor home?
Yeah,
no, but I've been to Chicago for about 2 weeks for business. Had a chance to see that great city, and I think we were hanging out in Prospect Heights, Illinois. Is that right? Does that sound familiar to you?
Prospect does. It sounds like a south suburb. I'm not sure, but was it a suburb?
Yeah, it wasn't too far from the city. I think it was maybe a 20-minute drive. We took a shuttle from the hotel, and because I think we were in the area, the district where a lot of the big insurance buildings are, the Sears Tower, all that stuff. We got a chance to see the mall, and I think they showed us Oprah's office building, Michael Jordan's statue, and I think the restaurant. So we got a chance to see a lot of the town. We hung out at Walter Payton's restaurant and nightclub when that was going strong. So that was like in the early 90s when I was out there for business. Yeah, beautiful city. I love it. And it wasn't that cold because we were there in January, and it was only it was like in the 60s and, believe it or not, the lower 70s.
Really?
It was real weird. Yeah, you guys had just had a big blizzard, and they had cleared the streets up because you guys do a great job with snow removal. Never seen anything like it before. And it's like it didn't snow, but you could see it, banked up against the side like a wall, like a big white wall. And we was able to get around really nice. We wore just our sport coats to class. We didn't really have to go out with an overcoat. Yeah, it's great.
Even though they're going through a lot of all this stuff is happening, it's still a beautiful city. You still have some beautiful places that you can visit here. It's still a nice city.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, number Chicago. They get it straight. It just take a little time. I think Baltimore went through the same thing. I grew up here. Even though I've been, back and forth to Long Island. I saw a lot of Eastern Shore growing up working on the farm with my grandfather. My grandma's up in Long Island, so we got a chance to spend a lot of time with them during the summer months. But Baltimore, was my home growing up, high school, college. And they went through a little rough spot with crime for a little while. So it happens to see. It's growing pains. They'll bounce back. Yeah.
I hope that it goes away and soon.
Yeah, it's just a little storm right now. They need a blizzard to straighten everybody out. The weather been too nice lately. That's what it's been. Yeah.
Everybody
all right.
It's cold. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be okay. All right, Cynthia, so we ready to talk about your book. You got customer reviews. You have 5. You got stars all the way across. So people must be loving this book. Let's see what they're saying. They say, I am sure this is let me see. Right, Town Good. Okay, so this person just wishing you the best of luck. They were really impressed with the book. So they're happy. They were happy camper. Yeah, must read. Somebody said a must read for kids K through 5. Now, is that who it's for? Is it for kindergarten through 5th grade?
No, I wouldn't say. No, not for kindergarten. I would say like a 3rd to 6th grade.
3rd to 6th grade.
Yeah, but I recommend that if I would read the book to a kindergartner.
Okay, because this person said Pace Learns a Lesson is a great quick read, and I could not seem to put it down. It's a perfect book for any person, young or old. It is a great story how Pace learns a lesson, how hard work pays off, and his struggles and shape his future. All right, well, tell us a little bit about this book before we get into the other reviews, so we know what we listening.
Okay, Pace Learns a Lesson is about a young boy who's having difficulties with his studies, as a lot of our inner city kids do. His mom and his teacher come up with a plan to help him increase his confidence and get him on the right track to learning. When the kids start having issues with their reading, their confidence level dwindles. They could start getting teased and mistreated in school by the other kids. And the mom and the teacher come up with a plan. And the thing that I want to get across to everybody is repetition. Repetition. Read, study.
That's right. And somebody from the nursing field, how important it is to keep reading that subject matter so you can get it. That's right. So you can retain it. That's right. And is it a good idea to get kids reading early anyway, just so they can form a habit? They don't get lazy readers.
Definitely. It's very important. Even when they're babies, arm babies, they should be read to. And they love it. And eventually, I want to encourage people to put the bookshelves back in the home. Because if you start off reading to kids, when they start walking, they're going to go and grab a book. They may tear the pages out the first couple of years, but after that, they're going to sit down and start turning those pages. And then they're going to wonder what those letters mean and what they say. And that's how we create our avid readers. Like keep the bookshelf and those books in the home.
That's right. Let them see those pages, smell that paper. Now I grew up in the publishing world. We was around the presses. It was a medical publisher, and they printed their own books. So you got a chance to smell that, that ink and the chemicals they use, in the machines, and it's like it grows on you. You're around books, fresh book. Barnes and Noble going in there, it's freshness. And a lot of kids, nowadays, because they're so used to pulling stuff up on their devices, they, what's going to happen to some of these libraries as the older generations, die out, Are they going to become totally digital themselves, where they become more of a book cafe than, a place where people check books out? When you see, in your opinion, where the libraries, the direction the library is going to go?
I hope that they stay where they've always been. I had an event a couple of Saturdays ago, and it was interesting to see that the kids were still coming in to look at the books and sit down and read and do the homework. It was interesting to see that because, like you said, with the internet and everything, I know a lot of parents that pull up books, on the internet electronically when they go on trips and stuff like that. We need to keep these books in our kids' hands, not electronics. So I hope that we can keep our libraries. I can't imagine libraries closing up. That would just be something.
Yeah. But, now there's one that's not too far from me. It's in my old neighborhood, and they are very creative there. They're always having events. I think the people, there's a lot of old school people there, so they frequent the library regularly, like retirees that's in good health. So I guess they have their days set out where they visit the library, they go to the gym, they go to the market. And if anytime you go in, especially Saturdays, these people are there enjoying the library. It's like it's their second home. And, us, my kids, we just running in there really quick because we need to get a quick book because my son lost the book he purchased because he likes to buy books. My son's school was really big on having book fairs. They were doing book fairs I think twice a month, which was unbelievable. They had a club called the 100 Books Club. So once you read 100 books, you're in this club, and I think they got certificates to get, like meals and, like restaurants will sponsor them and books. So we were always we were more so in the book fair than at the library. I can't even remember the last time we really visited the library. Now my wife did take them to a new library that just was constructed here in our community. I haven't been yet, but it's supposed to be state of the art. You can rent, like meeting rooms to do book conferences and stuff like that. So it looks like they're trying to take things to another level, where more engagement with the community. Now you said you gave an event, so you said you had it at the library?
Yeah, it was a meet and greet at the library, and what I did basically was pass out my bookmarks, and I introduced myself, and I read one of my books to the kids, and they loved it.
Yeah,
they had so many.
So they knew. So the event was planned for you, or you just, they just invited you to come out and just engage the people who are already there.
Yeah, they invited me to come out. Yeah, I don't think they knew, but they invited me to come out. But the library was filled with kids. So that was interesting, yeah, and they really enjoyed the book read. So I'm looking forward to doing some more of those. Yeah.
Now, I remember years ago, when my brother and I was helping publishers, they wouldn't allow you to sell the books there. Now, you can give a show, an event, but the people had to purchase the books before the event. They still follow those same rules?
They didn't tell me that I couldn't sell any books there because I did take my books with hopes of selling a few. I didn't sell any, but that was okay. I got the enjoyment out of reading the books to the kids.
Right.
And, passing out my bookmarks, and the kids were really excited about the books. So just even reading them felt great to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They didn't tell me I couldn't sell any books there.
Yeah, yes, I guess. My brother, he's actually a manager at a library, and I thought he told me that you can't do sales on the premises, but he's in another area of Maryland, and he does a lot of special events there. They do art shows and photography shows, so they always coordinating, engaging, events for the community, and they show up because he averages around 140, 150 people per event. Yeah, so they look forward to the events that's there. So they do, embrace what's going on at their community library. Now, you got a little piece on the book on this website for Amazon about Pace. He said Pace has troubles with his lessons and needs help immediately. His confidence is dwindling. Pace, mom, and teacher come up with a solution to help Pace with his studies. Will their plan work? Now, is that something that's it's kind of popular with kids now? They don't have no support system, and so their confidence, because the teacher can't help every kid individual the way she would like to, because there's so many of them in the classroom.
They don't have the support system that they need a lot of times, or they're afraid to ask for help because they're scared of being labeled, as dumb, or some just don't know how to ask for help.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's basically it. So I want to encourage the kids to read Pace Learns a Lesson, and maybe they can learn a lesson about how to get help. Yeah.
But this happens to this can happen to anybody. I mean, parents, on a job, you keep trying to figure out a problem you can't, but you're afraid to get up and ask somebody for help. So this is kind of a learned behavior that you can take well into adulthood, right?
It is a learned behavior, but my thing is you have to ask for help, or you can ask for help or not ask for help and make a big mistake, which can be a fatal, huge mistake in my field. So I don't mind being labeled or anything. I'm going to ask for help if I need it.
That's right. Yeah, that's definitely nurse. Ask for help. Exactly. Don't just wing it. That's right.
It won't hurt me.
That's right. All right, let's get back to your reviews. Okay, you have somebody say it was a great storyline. Miss Watson, she gave it 5 stars. She said, nice book with great illustrations. Very easy read for children, child-age children that can understand the lesson that is being taught. Now, who is your illustrator for this book?
My illustrator is Anna. She really doesn't like to get her name out there, but her name is Anna Curtis.
Anna?
She's a student.
Oh, she's a student, art student?
Yeah, she's a student, and she did very well on both books.
Yes. How did you find her?
A friend of mine introduced me to her.
Who's that again?
A friend of mine introduced me to her.
All right, good. Wow.
Showed me her work, and I was very impressed.
You have some good friends. Yeah, that's the second friend that's guided you to success.
Yeah, these are friends that I grew up with.
Yeah, they connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they know their resource. That's right, good resource. Yeah, you always have at least 1 or 2 friends that, depending on the subject matter, you can call them, you can kind of classify them as a subject matter expert in that, whatever it is, whether it's home improvements, fixing cars, or preparing meals. You have one of those friends. That's right. Somebody. There you go. So you got somebody in the publishing industry that can point the way. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing I'm learning that when you get into this field of publishing books, you meet so many people that know so many people. So you can put a lot of things going in this field. You can get help with a lot of things. Yeah.
Now, are you big on social media?
I'm not big on social media. I'm just a Facebooker right now. I just get on Facebook. I don't do the Twitter or anything else. I'm trying to get into it. I need help.
So what's holding you up for Twitter? Just setting up an account?
Yeah. I started it, but I have to finish it. I just need a little help. I mean... somebody will help me. One of those friends, they'll help me.
That's right. Get one of their kids to show how to use on your mobile phone. Now, do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, I do. I had that iPhone at first, but now I have that Note 3 that I love. That's full of color. I love it.
Isn't that kind of big? It's pretty big too. Isn't that like a small, miniature laptop or tablet?
It's everything. You could use it for everything. A movie, everything.
Yeah, I've seen those things. It didn't work for me. It was just a little too big. You know, I guess because, you know, I finally got into Bluetooth. I didn't like having that little device on my ear blinking. I'm like, what? How much radiation is this thing getting off?
Yeah.
But then I discovered I was at Best Buy, and I was looking for some headphones that I can run in or walk, because I was getting into power walking. And the guy said, yeah, we have something, and he showed it to me. It was by Motorola. You know, two look like regular headphones, but they're really small, fit behind your ear. They don't fall off, really comfortable. And it connected right to my phone. I said, oh, my God, because the iPhone is just too small for me. But, you know, it's reliable. That's the good thing about it, because my Galaxy had some issues in its final days. And I felt like I could have gotten that note if I would have had a Bluetooth, because it's hard to pick that thing up and answer it because it's so big. You know, while you're driving.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah,
now,
but
you
I
have
had
to
a
put
Galaxy.
It on speakerphone.
Right, and that's the thing. I wish that, you know, my car didn't come with all those fancy features. You know, it wasn't a BMW or an Audi. So I didn't have those kind of features that when you get into the car, it connects to your Bluetooth. I would have gotten the phone. So, but I'm happy with the iPhone. I mean, it's a great business tool, so I'm happy with it. But yeah, wonderful. I mean, very reliable. So anyway, you using smartphones now? Are you using the Facebook like when you're on your lunch break or something? But anytime you're gonna try to connect with some people, letting them know that your book is out there, or you just letting the promoters, you know, the person you pay to get your name out there, do it for you?
Oh no, you just can't give it to one person. You have to have. I want to have control of my own events and stuff, you know, too. So no, I get on Facebook. I promote things. My events. Actually, I have an event coming up August 9th on a Saturday morning at Kusania's Cafe. It's called A Snack Read, where the kids come in, purchase a book, and enjoy a snack while they read.
Good, good. That's a good idea. So who came up with that concept?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, and I was excited about it. I did very well. This is my second one, and I did very well. I had about 7 authors to come in with their children's books, and they were all excited, and we did very well. We raffled off nice gifts. There's going to be gifts and prizes for the kids, and it turned out very nice. And this will too. I know this one will too.
Good, good. So how did you get the word out for that event?
I got flyers. I put it on Facebook every few minutes, passed them out. I went out into neighborhoods and put them on doors. Just a lot of footwork in being an entrepreneur, especially in being an author. So I went door to door when I see people, hey, you have any kids? And I passed out my invitation, you know, my things for my snack and read, and I had a big turnout. Really nice.
Wow, good. So you were hustling.
I'm trying.
Now you just mentioned an important word, being an entrepreneur. Are you taking every step, you know, as far as like, you know, not just being organized, but recording what you're spending, you know, the mileage on your car, everything you're spending, so like dinner dates, you know, if you talk about your book, are you recording that, keeping receipts? Tell us how you manage yourself as an entrepreneur with this book publishing business.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because I had this conversation today, and it made me realize a lot of things that I'm not doing that I should be doing. So I am trying to get that in order, because I wasn't, since I'm new at this, I've been only at this a few months. I am learning that you need to keep the receipts and record everything. And I didn't even think about the mileage, so I'm glad you brought that up too.
Yep, because you're using your car, so you know you get it. You know, the government allow you, you know, a certain amount of money, you know, for doing business. So when you go from, you know, your home office, I guess, you know, you got to check with your accountant. You can't go by what Jerry said.
Right.
But you know, when you decide, you know, when you pick up a stack of business cards and you're heading out somewhere, you know, record that mileage. And a lot of times, you know, if you're one of those kind of people that every time you get in your car, go somewhere, you're talking about your business, then you probably could just, you know, do like a a 3 or 4 day tally or a weekly tally. You know, if you know your business habits are really, really good like that. Because I know me, I can't really, you know, get out like I used to. Because right now, I'm just like the kids, they dominated my summer. but you know, because you know I'm straight online. You know, offline promotion would mean going to an event, which means I will write the mileage down. You know. So
I'm learning. It's definitely a learning process. You have to write everything down, and I did not know that at first. So
that's right. Keep a log book.
Yeah.
Use that calendar that you have in your pocketbook, or even the smartphone records those things for you really easy. They have apps.
Snap a picture of the mileage before and after if you want.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Take a quick picture. Take a quick picture. And then in the year, you just go ahead and I mean, of course, it's going to be a little time consuming, you know, no matter what you got to put time in, whatever you do. But, you know, I think they do have some apps, smart apps for businesses to help you record, you know, important items that you need, you know, to keep records, accurate records. But, yeah, you know, tax breaks, I mean, a lot of us don't have, you know, if you don't have a ton of kids or a bunch of property, you know, there's no tax shelters hardly out here now. So small businesses are probably, I remember years ago, Cynthia, I was working for an accountant. It was just a temporary job. I think they had somebody who was out on maternity leave, and they just needed some help. And it was during tax season, so it was really, really fast. People were coming in, you know, basically we were just there to service the people coming through the door and give them their tax return. And I had a chance to talk to one accountant, and he was telling me that one of the better tax shelters or write-offs would be owning a small business. I noticed mostly all of his clients coming in, you know, they you know, you see the name of their company on their envelope, and you say, hey, you know, what kind of business is this? They all had small businesses. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, it was one of those areas that was known for having people that were, you know, I guess college educated, building a family. They come from different parts of, you know, it's not like they just grew up in that area because it was developed. So, I took a page out of that one. So, even multi-level marketing was popular. You have a lot of those Mary Kay and Avon reps that were coming into the office. Yeah. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. Just make sure you keep accurate records what you're doing. All right?
I'm glad you did. I appreciate it.
Big cell phone bill, your cable bill, your internet bill.
Wow.
Computer, you know, if you just bought a computer, I think you have like 2-3 years, you know, when it depreciates. Yeah. A lot of people don't print as much paper like they used to. You know, but
Faxes, though.
Yep. Everything. So that's how you got to work it. Yeah, we got to take advantage because the government is sneaking in our pockets, man.
Because if we don't tell them, they definitely won't tell us if we don't know.
That's right. All right. All right, let's see. You got another guy out here. Oh, that's not a guy. It's a woman, Kimberly. She said, great read. Very good storyline, very good read, very relatable to what is going on in the schools across America. As I read each page, I was drawn in and couldn't wait to read more, and I was not disappointed. I can't wait to read another book from this author because I really felt that what was happening with Pace has happened to us all at one point or another. I love how realistic the book was as far as showing how hard work and efforts help us to make good grades, and that is a great lesson for children to understand. Absolutely. Okay, so she really, really liked the book. Good. Now, when you read a review like that, you know, how does it make you feel? You know,
makes me feel great. It feels great when somebody tells you, my baby really loves that book. He can't stop saying, Pace, Pace, Pace. It's a great feeling.
Pace. And what inspired you to go with that name, Pace? I knew a Pace.
You didn't? I don't know a Pace. Initially the name of the book was going to be called I Hate School with an SKOOL, but I was thinking that maybe parents wouldn't buy that book with a title like that, so I changed it. and I came up with Pace. I think I was looking at a Pace bus. I can't tell you how I came up with that name Pace. I just know that I wanted a name that nobody else had.
Yeah, you're about to Pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something different.
Yeah, and it is. It's a good flow to it. All right. Now, let's talk about, we mentioned a little bit about being in business. We talk about your book. How important, are you interested in your name, Cynthia Wilson, becoming, well, that's a pretty common name, Cynthia, and Wilson.
Is.
So you guarantee to have somebody in your class name is going to be Wilson on your sports team.
Yeah.
How are you going to brand a common name like Cynthia Wilson?
Well, actually, I want to go by the name Kids Rise Above, too. That's what I want to really brand.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia Wilson is a very popular name. When I go for a job or something, I have to do the fingerprints because there's so many of us.
Yeah,
but I want to really brand my name Kids Rise Above, too. That's the name I'm going for. And a lot of people don't have that, that logo.
So you're gonna brand the book or the company?
It's the book. It's not a company. It's just the name I came up with. Kids Rise Above.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like in some cases, you talk about business. Most people say, this book is probably going to have a shelf life of blah blah blah. I'm going to sell my name. I want people to know my name out there. Now you got Cynthia Wilson RN, so you kind of separate yourself from the rest of the group. Because they say, okay, this person may know a little something about kids. She's an RN. So they're going to say your professionalism is displayed on the front of the book. So they're going to take that you're knowledgeable, and this book is going to do what they're assuming it's going to do, and teach their kids. It's going to be a lesson learned. They're going to learn from Pace. So it is something going on with their cover. Going on. Yeah. Good for you. Now,
that's what I want.
That's what you want. Now, a lot of authors say, they're pumping out books like once a month, 2 to 3 months, so they don't want the book to be known. Of course, authors going to say, consumers, readers going to say, hey, did you read so-and-so book? Which one? And they know the title. But it's like they follow their series. Now, are you looking to, maybe Pace, I think you said Pace is going to come up with another book eventually, but how many books you think Pace can teach someone?
No, I'm not going to come out with another Pace book. I'm going in a totally different direction. I did think about a series book, actually, too. I have a lot of things in mind that I want to do, but no, I'm not coming out with another Pace.
Okay.
Book right at this time.
Pace. So this book should have very, very long shelf life as far as you're concerned.
Yeah,
right?
I hope. Oh, yeah. I want to encourage people to read it. Kids need to read it and understand what they need to do to progress in school.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, encourage that. Now, publishing has always been considered, like almost like royalty. It's like it's not given. It's not something you take advantage, take for granted. And it's an honor to be published, and only the privilege. You going all the way back centuries, when it was kings and queens, only the privileged, the rich, had that opportunity to be able to read and own books. Now, almost everybody has an opportunity to get their story out through ebooks, paperbacks. Now they're making on-demand publishing or printing really easy. Now, children's books has been known to be very expensive. A lot of people didn't go down that road. They will put the money in the cover, and it's like, okay, they may not get no artwork. I'll put an insert in there, so the kids can see what the characters look like. Is it still that way today? Is the process still really expensive for the color process?
No, it wasn't that expensive. The thing that I've learned is expensive is the advertising. But I think they found that so many people are writing books now. They're writing books, and they want to make it reasonable for everybody. that's interested. So I don't think that the process was expensive at all. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
But it was the advertising and getting it out there that can be pricey.
Yeah, because you have to pretty much have an idea of how much you want to spend per month and where you want to go. Because I mean, the numbers have changed over the years as far as research is concerned. They used to say, during the time when cable TV at first, hit the globe, they would say, okay, every 7 views a consumer make, it's a good chance they're going to buy that book. I mean, buy that product after they viewed that advertisement 7 times or heard it the 7th time. Now they want it. I heard it 7 times. I'm going to watch that show. It must going to be a good show because I just heard it 7 times. Now experts are saying that the numbers is up around 77 times. They feel a consumer needs to hear some form of advertising about that product or service before they would decide. And then you're talking about they made the decision to buy it, but now they have to put it on that things to do list. Find time to buy it, right? But we're making it easy now. Now you feel the internet. How you feel about the internet giving authors like you a super opportunity to be able to reach people? How you feel about that?
I love it. It does give me a great opportunity to reach people. You can put your stuff on the internet, your book, anything that you have to offer on the internet as many times as you want to. You can advertise as much as you want to. It is very popular, and I love it.
That's right. So when you say advertise, where are you promoting? I mean, now I know you're doing offline. Your offline concept is magnificent. Now, online, what are some of the techniques that you're using to get the word out about your book?
I'm just putting out invitations to my events. I'm putting my book covers on there on Facebook constantly. Go to my website, Kids Rise Above 2, at gmail.com. Go to Amazon.com and check out this book about Pace Learns a Lesson, and There's an Elephant in the Room. These books are great moral stories for our children. I do it all day.
You love it. It's your thing, right? It's your thing. Now, was that important to you, having your own thing? I know a lot of people haven't found their purpose, whether it's being creative, designing their own tennis shoe. But, here you had an opportunity to create something from your mind, your hands, and there it is right there. I'm looking at it right now from my home, and you don't even know where I am. I'm somewhere in Maryland. But I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at right now. Pace Learns a Lesson. And it's on a company that's probably $1 billion company that everybody goes to the shop. But and then you go to a place where everybody's socializing and learning about one another and making new friends every day. How powerful is that to you?
I was very introverted as a kid, and I taught myself how to start speaking, how to meet people, and it is fantastic. And it's like when you're an author, you meet so many other authors, and then you meet all these illustrators and meeting all these business people, and it's totally different and new for me, even though I am and I meet people like that too. But now I realize, like I said, the entrepreneurship, you have to push and you have to work and you have to fight. So I'm constantly smiling, and I'm like introducing myself to people. My friend, I followed him for a little while, Lawrence Perkins, that I was telling you about earlier. And he showed me some things, how to capture, people, and I'm just learning a lot. I love the experience of meeting the people and getting everything out, getting my books out there.
That's right. Now, you mentioned earlier, before we, the mics and the sound came out, you said, you were on a show before this, your second show. So how you enjoying, podcasting, or, a lot of people call it radio blogging, internet radio, it's pretty much the same thing. You're still using the internet to power your show. How you feel about podcasting?
I like it. It's a great advertisement for one. I thought I would be afraid and scared to do it, but now this is my second show. The first show I went to Denise Nolan show, and my friends, I had like 7 people there standing in front of me just giving me a thumbs up, and I felt so comfortable about it. And just told myself, hey, no need to be afraid, just do it. People can't see you anyway, just talk and, tell them about your book. That's what you're here for, to talk about your book.
Now, that first show, was that like a live show, like radio airwaves?
Yeah, that was a live show.
And that wasn't internet, that was just radio, or it was both?
Right.
I know a lot of them do both radio now. Okay, because some of them do both now. Because what's so interesting about the radio industry, and I'm not, we're not going to get into, what happened to one of our favorite radio hosts, but it was just interesting to see how, I listen to a lot of the young cats up in New York. I stream their shows on podcasts, and a lot of those guys on several podcasts, and you can replay them, and they have a huge following. Huge following, but it's hard for small guys like you and I to be invited, because you have to have an agent to do it, because they're so big. But I'm just thinking, if their boss walked into the studio and said, "Hey, big guy, I don't need you no more," and he's like, "Okay, bye," and he can go home and broadcast out of his basement, and still bring that same audience, right? Because he decided that he was going to go after 2 audiences. He's looking at the radio airways, which pretty much that belongs to the owner of the radio station, but the podcast audience kind of belong to him. So those are the people that, I say, be smart, protect yourself, as far as, when you out there like that under a contract. Now, are you under a contract? That's what I was getting at. Are you under a contract with your publisher, or you don't have to write? How many books do you owe her? Do you have a contract like that, or just
I don't
one
have
book
a
deal?
Yeah, I don't have a contract.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess we don't have to talk about the contract thing, because I know we got some authors that's under, like some serious contract. Like some of them owe 5 books or 10, and they locked in.
That. No,
yeah. You have some publishers out there that's really, really good. They move a lot of books. They have a lot of authors under them. Most of them are imprints. They when they find somebody good, they say, "Hey, I want to make some money off of you, so let's do a contract," and they do a couple book deal. Yeah. So that's the move that a lot of these indie publishers are doing now. They signing these guys, and they said, "Hey, let's." And a lot of these writers are really, really good with promoting themselves. They have a lot of friends. They love social media. They just killing it, So just like where you are right now. That's why I was asking you, because you work in a hospital, you see so much. It's like, I know you got a good fiction book in you.
Oh yeah, I have books in me all day, every day.
We can't wait to see, what you're going to. Of course, I don't buy children's books because my kids are older now, but I do have friends that have babies, and I say, okay, I find a book that has really good reviews. I'm going to buy that book for my neighbor's child, because he has a little library in there. Yeah, and I like the price. Your book is priced really nice. $9.89 is a good price for a children's book. A lot of times the books are in the like $15, $18. Yeah.
I have people that buy the books for me that don't have little kids, but they have they have grandkids, neighbors, like you said. I had a friend that buy a few books for me for his neighbors, and that was great. It was a great film. He came back and told me, they enjoyed the book, like I hoped.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm sure my neighbor, matter of fact, I saw both of them today when I was taking my kids to their after-school activity, well, not after-school activity, but their summer activities. And I said, oh, there's my man right there. And they love books. They really into the Dora Explorers and, anything that is colorful for them, they're going to be interested in. But I know you said this book is probably a little more mature than they are right now, because they just toddlers right now. But we can always put it on the shelf, right?
Yeah, put it on the shelf, or I'll have Mom and Dad to read it to them, or the big brother and sister can read it to them.
That's true. Well, the toddler is the big brother. he's
Okay.
only 2. Yeah, he's the big brother now. But look,
Okay.
Cynthia, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and we're looking for big things out of you. And
Yeah.
hope you shine out there.
You will see some big things, and yes, I will shine. And thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So you gotta spread the word about us now. We're gonna publicize you. So you gotta help us out. So you're gonna do that for us?
I sure will.
Absolutely. And we're just glad that you were able to come out here and share your talent with us. All right. And so anything you'd like to say to the listening audience that's tuned in to us before we go?
Sure. Visit my website at kidsriseabove2@gmail.com and check out my books, Pace Learns a Lesson, and There's an Elephant in the Room. And I'm available for book readings. And come on out to Castanha's Cafe if you're in Chicago on 69th and Halsted. It's 835 West 69th Street. It's a great cafe. They have great food. And we're going to be offering gifts and prizes. And your child can pick a book and sit down and read and have a snack.
That's right. Have a good old time with books.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Like I always say, if you wanna learn something good, tune in to JRLive. That was Cynthia Wilson. She's the author of Pace Learns a Lesson. She's gonna be out and about in the Chicago area. Check out her website. She's on Amazon.com. So I guess they can just Google Pace Learns a Lesson with Cynthia Wilson RN, and it will come up. Right?
Yeah.
Good thing about Google. All right. Well, take care, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I'm JRLive. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is JRLive at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to JRLive. Don't forget, we're on Spreaker.com/Positive Power 21. Have a good night.